It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Ayy, lately I've been seeing bitches grow. Famous a drug, I'ma get me a dose. Running my city, just swinging my bros. And everyone wonders how we got so close. Homie, we came up from starving. Ain't no ramen noodles in the apartment. Plotting robbery smoother than porcelain. This the day you see me kick your dose in. I've been marching like I'm Martin. Ain't no flousing, take precaution. No more talking. Where my Porsche at? Got me swinging swords like it's gauntlet. Time flies 747, stand before the river. Will I go to heaven if I do it? No, I don't need the reassurance. The message is evident, heavy, the head is with crowns. The melodies weighing me down, the felonies might be my remedy. Families drown, consistently living with friends. Just look at my town. Lots of destruction, that costs of construction, that's cause of corruption. The modern is smarter, we hopping in buses, they hiding and cussing inside an adjustment. I caught a concussion, just thinking on trying to get the money for the breeze card. Only got a 20 for the week, Lord. Can you tell me how I'm finna eat, God? I've been reborn, respawn, walking ghost like it's recon. Everybody tell me keep going, so I hit the steward, turn the beats on, man.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there, man. Yes, we are back with more Jay-Z reactions from the Roots picnic over the weekend. It's got everybody talking, and some of the recipients who caught some headshots in their direction are also now reacting on the internet. We've also got other podcasts that are reacting on the internet. We've got responses galore from people waxing poetic about their feelings towards Jay-Z being on the offense. What I find to be very interesting is that people seem to be trying to assume the victim role, or perhaps associate the victim role with those who got their responses at the Roots picnic on Saturday. I do not understand why people think that one party is supposed to be able to smear someone's name, allege the absolute worst about them, unfounded, by the way, cleared by the courts, say all these heinous things about a person. They go about doing it every opportunity they get, even monetizing in on the allegations, such as Dame Dash, such as Jaguar Wright, who have gone on multiple platforms, been paid for their presence while spewing hateful rhetoric and lies toward Jay-Z. Same thing with Oskino. But yet, Jay-Z says a couple bars on stage, and now people are taking the side of the people who were out here spewing this bullshit. I do not understand it. Right? Especially when the person was not the aggressor. Jay-Z was not the aggressor. He didn't start issues with any of these people. He got dissed on Drake's album. Why? I don't know, other than putting Kendrick on stage at the Super Bowl. Right? But now, people are trying to make it seem like Jay-Z is wrong. As we acknowledged the other day, some people feel like Jay-Z is also being a hypocrite by having his critique of the results of rap battles in a culture, while also going on stage and throwing some shots. I've maintained my stance. I do not expect a battle, any battle, that being Dame Dash as he's tried to become a musician making terrible rock music, Drake, Nicki Minaj, who's been online for years, besmirching Jay's name, alluding to his children, right? Claiming the worst about him, calling him the worst. I don't expect a battle. But again, people will move mountains just to make certain people look like victims. We also have Joe Budden, who's weighed in. We also have Ray Daniels, who's weighed in. And a lot of the sentiments are the same. They now feel like Jay-Z's picking on people, punching down. I don't see how you could punch down on people who were attacking you. Let's get into the show. So first up, we have Drake, right? He hasn't made a public statement. He hasn't come out and said anything on his end. However, we did get a message through Maul from the Roy and Maul podcast. I actually forgot to include this in my video yesterday. I wasn't feeling well, so that whole segment got left out, where he said that Drake literally was texting him during the Roots picnic while Jay-Z was on stage performing the freestyle, the whole nine. And they were going back and forth about this happening in real time. Also, while this was happening, he said that Drake asked him, "What's up with the hair?" Which seems to be a pretty big topic of conversation as well. People are wondering why he took down the wicks or the locks. Some people are wondering how he took down the wicks or the locks. We even have locticians literally coming out showing us how you can comb them out without actually cutting them out of your head, just to show the possibility. I mean, one would only think that had to be what it is, right? Because the afro that he was left with is clearly not as long as those wicks were. So I'm sure there was some breakage there. But I find it very interesting that someone like a Drake would say, "What about the hair?" We're going to get there. We're going to get there.
Okay. I will fast forward. I went to the after party that Jermaine Dupri was throwing. And the first moment I saw him, he said, "I need you to FaceTime Maul right now." I said, "JD, we're in a club. We're at a party in a section. B. Cox, Sean, pretty women." Yeah. He said, "FaceTime Maul right." He didn't even say, "Hello, Rory." Yeah. FaceTime Maul right now. Yeah. I give him my phone. Maul answers. JD doesn't say hi to Maul. He starts screaming in a club around women, "Pick a side of the family."
Oh my God.
And just starts fucking screaming.
Terrifying the whole.
"What side of the family are you picking?" And mind you, it was funny in the club, but all of us around in the section were like, "What side are you going to pick?"
Y'all are crazy, man.
You and I have not spoken this weekend.
No.
I have been at the edge of my seat, and we could do a breakdown of this freestyle first. Mm-hmm. But that's where my head is at the moment. No one wins when the family feuds. And it's your family.
It depends on,
you're the feud.
It depends on who in the family is feuding. It depends on who in the family is feuding. But I will say this, though. The funny shit about all of this is Drake is the one that told me about this freestyle. Because I was watching the Spurs game.
Fair.
Like I wasn't online.
Game 7.
I wasn't online. It was Game 7 was on. You know, the Knicks is waiting. I'm trying to see who the Knicks gonna get. Like, so I'm not even paying attention to my phone, nothing. So I think it was halftime or something. So I look at my phone and I see text from Drake, and I'm just reading it, and I'm like, okay, so he did, which we all said was probably gonna happen. Won't get into what our conversation was from there.
He said, "Nigga, get your uncle."
No, he didn't say that. But
that's so great. He's talking to Drake during this. I'm next to Biggs on the riser. I chose the side.
Oh
no, but
I'm with Biggs.
But the whole thing
Biggs is on the riser with us.
I don't know what's happening. So everything that we talking about, I don't even know what was said. So he was picking out certain things that he said. But the one thing that Drake said was like, "Yo, but what's up with the hair?" Like that was what everybody. So now, mind you, I haven't seen a picture.
They're gonna kill Drake for that because never mind.
No, but the what's up with the hair is what everybody was saying. Like everybody was shocked at Jay's. We've never seen Jay with an afro.
That is a fact.
And the last time we saw him, he had wicks down in the middle of his back. So it was kind of like, is that a wig? Is he cosplaying right now? Is this some NWA? Is he on his Eazy-E?
In Drake's defense,
not saying that's what Drake said, but that's what the internet was saying. Like, yo, like nobody understood the hair at first. Niggas got into the lyrics and the bars after they got past the look, the aesthetic of it, because we've never seen Hove like that.
At the show, admittedly, everyone around us, whether it was fans or people we were with on the riser, we're coming up with conspiracies throughout the whole, yo, when's he going to take the wig off and it's going to be the season? I said, Jay-Z is not putting an Afro wig on and taking it off.
Like, what is
I
wrong
was like,
with
no,
people?
like, are y'all retarded?
But this is what I'm saying. People were so confused that everybody just started talking about the hair, the aesthetic first.
But I think that comes.
All right, so let's get to this hair thing first. All right. Number one, for a nigga who got asked in a battle, what is it, the braids, you should never be commenting on someone's hair. Okay? We're just gonna start it there. And really we could probably end it there. However, we're not. Right? Especially as a nigga who came out with this hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? Trying to transmute yourself into Smino wearing FUBU when you ain't never been seen anywhere on record wearing neither that hairstyle nor that style of clothing. And you did it for one day only. Then you put that stupid ass shit in your head when you did the, what was that, 7 p.m. in Charlotte or whatever the fuck the name of that song was. Yugoslavian. So many Czechs is Czechoslovakian. Right? You don't get to ask nobody what's up with the hair when you do stuff like this. I don't know no niggas in my neighborhood that ain't never did no shit like this. Okay? Ever. And to ask a 56-year-old black man why he's wearing his hair in an afro when many men in his age group have no hair. Hair is balding, fucked up, hairline faded, the whole nine. I find to also be very strange. I think most men would love to be able to have an afro at 56 years old and wear that bitch out anywhere. Even if that's not your choice of hairstyle, you would love the option to have one. Right? Especially as an unapologetically black man standing on stage talking about how a rapper can't be his op. He got MAGA Republicans taking shots from the top of the government. Good luck with them. The same message he's been putting out there for years. I don't owe these motherfuckers nothing. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody control my music. Don't nobody tell me when I can drop, if I can or cannot drop. Ain't nobody telling me when the motherfucking budget is cleared. I get to do what I want, when I want, how I want, where I want. And you get to watch me do it, nigga. What are you talking about? But since we having a moment of real talk here, let's take it further. Because there's a video on the internet. I don't know if any of y'all seen this one. But it says, after Drake was seen sneaking into a car with his hair without braids, many fans are wondering why he seems so embarrassed that he has to avoid the spotlight to hide his afro. What do you know? What's up with the hair? What's up with the hair? I mean, ain't that what you said to Mom? Why are you hiding? Why are you kneeling? You finna go under the car like somebody trying to get money from you. What the hell? Sir, why are you hiding? You went from hiding. I get it. You wasn't hiding your hair from the world. You was hiding the world from your hair. Ain't that how you did it? Yo, this nigga's crazy, man. What are you doing? It took you know how much quicker you would have got in the car had you just walked normal? It took you an extra couple seconds just to get in the car because you doing this shit when you could have been damn near on the road already. You crazy motherfucker. And you got the nerve to be texting somebody talking about what's up with the hair though? Oh, because you ain't confident enough to go out on stage with your own fro. You want to talk about another person. Okay, we get it now. Sound like Kendrick one line. Embarrassed to your fro because it wasn't nap enough. Didn't Pusha T say something like that? I'ma tell you, mother effer something, man. Don't you ever play with me. Okay? Long as J Nolan is on the internet able to find a receipt, nigga, you better not ever fuck around and play, okay? Because we gonna hit your ass with the Summer Jam screen any and every time. Now let's move on with the show. Before we can fully move on from Drake, I do want to pull this up because Old Soul also pulled a very valid receipt here. So here they have the quote from Jay-Z. In perpetuity is how your contract is worded. He says was the bar Jay-Z dropped in his freestyle about Drake. That was one of the bars, not the bar, but one of the bars. So he pulled up this video of Birdman and Slim talking about their relationship with Drake. Remember, Drake is no longer a Cash Money artist. He's got OVO. He's with UMG, Republic. Got his own shit going. But here is what Birdman had to say.
A lot has been made about how he turned in the last album on his deal. What is the current status?
We forever in business with Drake.
Because of the masters, at least.
We forever in business with Drake.
What's the next deal look like?
We forever in business with Drake.
I mean, we can't speak up on none of
All I
that.
can tell you is we forever in business with Drake.
Let's play it
A lot
again.
has been made about how he turned in the last album on his deal.
A lot of talk about how he turned in the last album on his deal. What is the current status? Sound familiar to y'all? Ain't that been the narrative with UMG too, that he turned in the last 3 albums on his deal?
What is the current status?
We forever in business with Drake.
Damn, Crow.
Because of the masters, at least.
We forever in business with Drake.
What's the next deal look like?
We forever in business with Drake.
I mean, we can't speak up on none of
All I
that.
can tell you is we forever in business with Drake.
Sound to me like they saying we tell you when we done with you, not when you done with us. We'll move on with the show. Just wanted to throw that in there. So now we move on to Dame Dash, all right? We got enough of Drake. So we got Dame Dash responds to Jay-Z dissing him during the Roots Picnic freestyle, saying he felt embarrassed for him and telling him to cut off the afro and get a haircut. Here we go with all of these people trying to shame this man for his hair. He also said Drake is washing Jay in a battle. The delusion is contagious. He says, this is an embarrassment for The Rock. Jay, I care for you. When you do Yankee Stadium, I need to get a Caesar, and I need you to put the Yankee hat on. We don't want to see this version of you. I thought the raps was bad and terrible. I don't think Drake can beat Kendrick, but Drake can beat Jay-Z. I know that for a fact. What?
I would prefer the version of Jay that would have said something more clever. And that's not the version of Jay that I would have ever signed. And I felt bad because I was like, it must be.
Please tell us when you signed Jay-Z. Because I thought y'all started a company together. I thought it was a triumvirate. Even down to Reasonable Doubt, it was split a third of the ways, which is why you no longer have ownership and it's owned by the state of New York. Till 2031, that is, when Jay-Z gets it back.
Embarrassing for him to now have to be on that stage, not the same version of himself, and still have to work at that age because he has to. So that was the brother in me like, damn.
Are you holy shit. You're implying that Jay-Z is coming out to celebrate 30 years of Reasonable Doubt, performing the music he owns. He's doing 3 shows. He already did 1. He got 4 shows. He got 3 more to go on his terms. And you're saying he has to do it? I could have swore when you have to do it, you put albums out every year. I could have swore when you have to do it, You go on tour and play where the motherfucking Live Nation says your ass is going, so long as you sign that contract. Unless you could buy yourself out of it. I thought that's what happens in music when you have to work. This is crazy, man. Coming from Dame, which is also rich because we see his financial turmoil.
So that was the brother in me, like, damn, I know that because I know him. That when we were younger, when he was this age, he hated talking to people and doing all, he was retiring since Reasonable Doubt. For him to have to come outside 20 years later, I just felt kind of like embarrassed for him a little bit because we all know him. And then the funny nigga in me, I couldn't even hear the lyrics because the hairstyle was crazy. And I was like, why would they let him come outside like that? Like, I'm gonna, because to me it's like,
Dame, can you grow hair on the top of your head still? Pause, if needed. Can you or can you not? Now, I understand Harlem, you know, they snap on everybody, they joke on everybody, they roast everybody. But the question still remains, can you grow hair at this age? Would you even be able to have an afro at this age, Dame Dash? You've been cutting your follicles since the 90s down to the skin. Okay? What is it with niggas being mad at the fucking afro?
that shit is funny. And there should be jokes for that hairstyle. And if like everyone around him that loves him didn't laugh and be like, yo, what are you doing? And I'm like, why would he do that? Like, we want to see, and I'm going to tell, because I still care about JJ. When you do Yankee Stadium, I need you to get a fade.
No, we not doing that. You still care about Jay. Nigga, your last 2 years have shown you no longer care about Jay. You have ideated with the possibility of Jay-Z somehow having something to do with Aaliyah's death. You've done that on camera. You do not care about Jay-Z. When asked where Jay-Z was at on the night of the VMAs when he was with you said, I don't know. It's possible that he may have did XYZ. I don't know. You do not care about Jay-Z. You don't get to erase what done happened. You claimed after you were forced out of your ownership of Reasonable Doubt that you were completely done with everything involving Jay-Z, a statement you've lied about for the last 10 years on the internet. You've made apologies. You've gone and met with Jay. And then continued to attack this man. You do not care about Jay. You are lying. The truth does not reside within you.
And not a fade, a Caesar. I need you to put the Yankee hat on and do the thing to the side. That's what we want to see. We want to see chuckers. We want to see some jewelry. We don't want to see this version of you. I know I don't. That version of The Rock was painful and hard to look at. Pause. So, almost like we don't have direct conversation.
Sir, you were out here literally, you can't talk about what's good or not for The Rock. You was out here literally trying to sell your ownership of the first album. You was literally out here trying to sell off the last Rockefeller chain in your possession to sweeten the deal for Reasonable Doubt. Last I heard, you cannot purchase a Rockefeller chain. It has to be given to you. Once upon a time, it had to be given to you by Dame Dash. So let's not talk about you caring about Jay or giving a fuck about The Rock because you have already relinquished all of that connection.
But I do feel like if I'm not around, he's not relevant.
What?
I feel like that's the reason why they have to bring my name up.
You ain't. Sir, you were last involved with Jay-Z's affairs in the year of 2004. I was still walking around in high school. You were not around Jay-Z, a part of his affairs, since 2004. There are children out here running around that were born that year. There are children out here running around that were born that year that now have children. Are you fucking crazy? Without you around, he's not relevant? How many albums did Jay-Z drop since the Black Album? Kingdom Come, you wasn't there. American Gangster, you wasn't there. Blueprint 3, you wasn't there. Magna Carta, Holy Grail, you wasn't there. Everything is Love, you wasn't there. 444, you wasn't there. On the Run tour with Beyonce, On the Run tour 2 with Beyonce, 2 of the highest selling fucking tours of all time. You was not there for none of that. You feel like if you ain't around, he ain't relevant. But on the flip side, the only reason niggas still talking to Dame Dash in 2026 is to get his thoughts about Jay-Z. Now, ain't that about a bitch?
All the time. I thought that rap was it was bad. It was terrible. Even the way he projects, because again, I'm critiquing him from where he was and where he is.
This video 3 minutes. I still may
and
not
then
get,
I'm like,
get to the end of
damn.
it.
Like what? Like, why are you trying to make people look like at the outline of you and not directly at you? Why do they keep putting you in these funny hairstyles? And who is it? What version of this would have sold if Jay would have came out in that stupid ass hairstyle with them dull clothes with nothing shiny in 2096 when we were coming out, would that have been the one that you would have been a fan of?
This nigga tripping.
And then he's getting at Drake. And I don't think Drake can beat Kendrick, but I know Drake can beat Jay. I know that for a fact.
Wow. Wow, that's sad. And Drake was supposed to put the money up to get that Reasonable Doubt and Rock Chain, and Drake got the fuck out of Dodge. Y'all remember that? Those were his claims, but now I don't even know if his claims have any validity to him. Oh, you thought he was done? Dame Dash says he felt disrespected by Jay-Z calling him a nut-ass nigga. I'm sorry, Dame. That shot wasn't aimed at you. That shot was aimed at Oskino, who's back on the internet stuttering all over again. But let's hear you claim a shot that actually was not intended for you.
What I didn't like is that he paused. I thought it was disrespectful to call me a nut-ass nigga. Like, even though that's what they say in Philly, pause. Don't play with me like that, Jay. Don't do the nut thing.
You don't
That's
stutter,
nasty.
Dame.
You know we don't do that. Keep it jokes. Just keep it jokes.
He called you the chatty patty.
But if we want to battle, anytime Jay wants to battle on the stage, I will personally destroy him. Anytime he wants to do a fashion line, I'll destroy him. Pause.
What?
Anytime he wants to make a movie, I will destroy him.
What?
Any television show or docuseries or book, I will destroy him. Pause. Like, it's not even close. Kanye just did 80,000 and they built the stadium for him, I think. Now that's rhythm. Getting on the roots with a stupid afro and doing a freestyle, a battle freestyle, after you just said that battle rap's not good for rap, is just dumb. And I'm just wondering who's telling him, or who's because someone has to be giving him orders.
Orders?
But those are the wrong ones. It just looks like they're trying to cook him.
When did you give them
You
orders?
know what I mean?
When y'all were in business, you never gave them orders. So who's giving them orders now? Right? Because I could have swore on backstage, your whole problem was Def Jam giving out Def Jam jackets when it was supposed to be Rockefeller. I could have swore Choke No Joke put them videos of you screaming on Def Jam because Jay was making his own moves, taking his own meetings with the label without you. So who was giving him orders then? He's no longer associated with Def Jam or UMG at this current time. Who is giving him orders now? This isn't even the fan in me talking. I'm just being super sensible and logical about this, because why are niggas all of a sudden acting alien when this nigga done got back on stage? And if you thought for a moment he was finished there, no. He then proceeds to say Jay's breath stinks. Okay? So when the rest of the responses don't work, this is where we go.
And this is another thing about Jay that I still wonder about, being that he wants to be funny. Jay's breath always used to stink. And you know why? Because for some reason, don't you hate when niggas got bad breath and chew Big Red? It's just cinnamon doodle. Nobody wants to smell that. I hope this nigga's not still chewing Big Red with bad breath on that mic, because that mic must have been stinking. And then he dressed up like a mic.
Dressed up like a mic.
This is not the version, Jay, please. Make Jay great again. That's the new slogan. Make him great again. I don't want to see this happen.
Chatty Patty.
Yo, you gotta admit, when you saw the hair, you was laughing, bro. You knew this was gonna be funny. But who told him? Wait, hold on. But hold on, who you think told? I want to know who told him to do that and like how they put the wig on. How do you think they did that? Like, don't you think they would have videotaped them cutting it off and it'd been on the video? Dun, dun, dun. It's no more Dookie. What do you call him? Dookie Wick J. That nigga new name is Dookie Wick. Pause.
He's trying to make himself laugh. That is embarrassing.
I wish, I don't know how these niggas wasn't cutting this nigga up with them Dookie Wicks.
Not necessarily funny, but we do know what is.
See your clothing line. I want to see if you're the real deal. Just see if I'm the real deal.
Oh, now that's funny. We want to talk about mouths and teeth,
You know what I'm saying?
and breath. What did that smell like?
Oh God. Here,
Oh,
talk
God.
to me for a second.
That's right.
Just for a second.
What are you about to do?
Shit.
All right, that's okay.
Now that was funny. Niggas' teeth is tumbling out of their mouth. But somehow I'm the one who done it. It's a murder mystery, gang. Well, let's continue to go down the line, shall we? We've got Jaguar Wright responding to Jay-Z taking shots at her at the Roots Picnic 2026. Says she doesn't know why Jay-Z's mentioning her name. Oh, really? We've got amnesia now. Interesting. MREC TV.
When I heard it, like, I was getting phone calls.
Wes introducing me to Jaguar. I don't know why I still with him.
When I heard it, like, I was getting phone calls and people were like,
MREC TV.
Jay-Z just did you. He just went after you. Oh my God, Jack. Oh my God, Jack. Right. So I'm sitting there like, the hell is this chump talking about? Like, why is he talking about me? I haven't said anything since I did the interview. I said I wasn't engaging in this. I was leaving it alone. I wasn't going to have anything to do with it. You know what I mean? I've kept my word because the truth is,
MREC TV.
This is the last thing that I wanted. I did not want him on my name. I did not want him saying my name. Not at all. Matter of fact, I didn't want to be attached to this in any way. I considered it a spectacle. I considered it very disrespectful. I thought it was really, really, really shitty that a group that I was a part of, that we were family, all of that, would be sitting there representing someone that's attached to one of the most infamous
MREC TV.
and disgusting, vile files ever. The Epstein files. I don't have anything to do with anyone. I don't want that. And see, I think that's the thing that people don't understand.
The victim syndrome. Please let me never contract it. So you feel like a nigga supposed to just forget that you dedicated 4 to 5 years of your life to try to be an active participant in somebody's downfall. But because you chose to stop, you now think that you get to say when it's over because you stopped. But the person who you attacked and continue to attack, because now you're still throwing the Epstein files on his name when we don't see his name in the Epstein files. Only thing in there, they had a statement about him influencing black people. That was the only thing we've seen regarding the Epstein files. We also saw those fake ass allegations with his name and Pusha T involved. Fake as fuck. So, and that was a fake ass tip line. But Jack, I want you to understand, didn't you come out saying that you were the one feeding the girls to artists through means of prostitution? You do have a taped video of you saying this. You sure you want to go the Epstein route when you've admitted to serving women on a platter for sexual purposes? You might want to be careful. Furthermore, we've now got Bobby Shmurda, who was not mentioned on stage at the Roots picnic, who is also trying to join in on the Kill Jay-Z movement, okay? So he says, as y'all said, this is a billionaire with y'all yang sucking asses. Now listen up. It's not about how you say things. It's about what you're saying. Like, you're not going to tell me in a nice way you are going to blank my family and take all my money, right? So wake up, stupid. Now, this is a billionaire, 40 years old man at the time. I was a 19-year-old, less fortunate youth from the hood trying to make it out. And this was they was doing at the top. Now that I'm out of jail after his lawyer put me in there, Alex Spiro, which is public. You can look it up. I told him I was forced. The judge said he didn't care. He was sending me and all my friends upstate and we can get it on appeal. I knew they wanted to make up for it. So when I came home from prison, I knew they were the only one that can give me out of the epic deal. I was held on for 6 years in prison. I was the only artist that was held on a deal for 6 years, major label, aka $1 billion company. Are you sure? There's people out here doing unprovocative things for deals, LOL, that don't give a F about. I'm just like, leave me alone. I don't understand what you're saying, leave me alone about when nobody mentioned Bobby Shmurda. You've been on the offensive. You was just out here saying you smacked the shit out of Jay-Z. Then when they asked you, oh, you said you want to fight Jay-Z, you said, I ain't fighting nobody. I'm going to air some shit out. Look my name up. Now let's get back to 19-year-old Bobby Shmurda when he went to jail, okay? Because the fact that you even had Alex Spiro representing you in your situation should have been seen as a solid. However, let's revisit why Bobby Shmurda was in jail and how that situation manifested itself. He's been out here saying Jay-Z tried to get him locked away forever. Let's read about it. Criminal conviction. On June 3rd, 2014, before Jay-Z knew who you were, Shmurda was arrested and charged with felony criminal possession of a weapon. Police say they saw him flashing the gun in an apartment, and when they went to investigate, he tried to hide it in a couch. He was set free on $10,000 bail. On December 17th, police arrested Shmurda and charged him with conspiracy, reckless endangerment, and drug and gun possession. Charges against the others included murder, attempted murder, assault, and drug dealing. Shmurda pleaded not guilty and was held on $2 million bail. Police said they had been investigating the gang for murder and shooting indiscriminately at crowds in public places long before Shmurda rose to fame. Police said Shmurda was the driving force in a gang also known as GS9, which is also his crew, standing for Grimy Shooters, Gun Squad, or G-Stone Crips. The name of his label, as they dealt crack cocaine and waged deadly battles with rival gangs for territory. He faced a maximum sentence of 8 to 25 years. James Essig, head of the NYPD unit that made the arrest, said Shmurda's songs and videos were almost like a real-life document of what they were doing on the street. In his song Hot Nigga, Shmurda raps, "I've been selling crack since like the 5th grade because Jaja taught me." Shmurda also rapped about his crew's past and future murders. In interviews, Shmurda has said that the lyrics represent his real life, though the Supreme Court of New Jersey recently ruled that lyrics cannot be read at trial as evidence unless they have a strong nexus to a specific crime. Keep in mind that Jay-Z has been at the epicenter of pushing Congress and the Supreme Court to remove rap lyrics from being used for convictions. While incarcerated, Shmurda was involved in a fight suspected to be related to the Bloods vs. Crips rivalry. Between late June and early July 2015, Shmurda and his ex-girlfriend were caught by officials after smuggling a knife into Rikers Island jail. Both were charged with 2 counts of promoting contraband and 1 count of criminal possession of a weapon in the 4th degree, which could result in an additional 7-year sentence. Shmurda appeared in the Bronx Supreme Court to face his charges of prison contraband plus 25 years for his previous charge in 2014. He and his ex-girlfriend pleaded not guilty to the contraband charge, but Shmurda was still facing a max sentence of 25 years for the drug and gun charges. What did Jay-Z do to get you in that predicament? On September 9, 2016, as part of the plea deal, Shmurda pleaded guilty to 1 count of 3rd-degree conspiracy and 1 count of weapons possession and was sentenced to 7 years in prison. Okay? Under the deal, he could not appeal the sentence, but was to be given credit for 2 years served, leaving 5 years on his sentence, followed by 5 years of probation. His lawyer, Alex Spiro, famously connected to Jay-Z, Roc Nation, etc., expected that with good behavior, Shmurda would serve approximately 3.5 years. Okay? So Alex Spiro, I'm assuming, said, hey, take the plea. We'll get you out on good behavior. All you got to do is keep your nose clean in there for 3.5 years and we can get you out most likely. The following year, in early 2017, Shmurda was given a 4-year sentence for sneaking a makeshift knife into his cell. The sentence was to run concurrently to his ongoing 7-year sentence so that he would not face any additional prison time. So he was in there fighting in jail, trying to sneak wax into the prison, but you blaming Jay-Z and Alex Spiro for trying to get you out on a plea and just say, hey, just sit for 3.5 years, chill out, and we can get you out. Get you out in nearly half the time. They're trying to get you on goddamn 7. They even got you 2 years serve time, which brought you down to 5. But because of what you did to yourself, you had to sit. So he didn't get out until 2021. And after he got out in 2021, he went and signed with Roc Nation. Now he says, I only went with the Roc because I knew they were the only ones that could get me out of my Epic deal, which they did. And now they're sworn enemies. Make it make fucking sense. Moving right on down the line, now that we got that out the way, we got Joe Budden giving his perspective of Jay's freestyle at the Roots picnic. And surprisingly to me, he seems to be on the opposite end of the spectrum. I thought he would have been excited to see Jay up there doing his thing. Doesn't sound like so much.
But now you do the GQ interview with Frazier. You tell me we in a different place. Battling is not necessary. Yes, that's who I was. But yeah, you give me the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah, get that shit out of here.
I'm privileged to have been in very close proximity of you, so I know better than to hear this bullshit that you be saying about no battling. And then you turn right around and see, I'm speaking as a whole fan, a music fan. If I'm gonna get a new verse from him, the mind that I know does all of this lyrical miracle, penmanship, craftsmanship shit, I would like the time better spent. If you in the verse telling me that, yo, my fight is with them up there, I'm not even looking at y'all. Oh, whoa. Sorry about that. If you're telling me my fight is with them up there, with the MAGA Republicans and the corporate offices, give me that again. You've always done that your career.
That's verse 2.
No, not just that. People are critiquing him for that. No, I'm going to come back down to the essence and give you niggas some pow.
See, I don't like that no more.
I like it.
And
especially
I don't like that. I love it.
I'm also looking at this like, yo, this is a rollout. He got the internet in a frenzy, my nigga, in an hour. This is part of my rollout. I don't have to do none of the other shit. I came, I saw, I conquered. My album about to drop in a month, and niggas gonna go rush to the store to buy my shit based off of this.
And I'm not sure I have to say. I'm not sure there'll be more shots anywhere else. This might be it for all of them.
He might have felt like he cleared everybody. See, that's why when he said in the
stop.
Y'all got whole
fucked up. Yeah, y'all niggas is bugging.
In the GQ interview when he said maybe the time for battling is over, I'm wondering, I was curious if y'all thought this, like that he's making a distinction between going in a full out battle, but still saying I'm still going to get my jabs in and
clearly
in verses. I'm not gonna let y'all just play with my name and
it ain't a
disrespect
battle.
me. Yeah, I'm not gonna battle y'all, but I will say what I got to say in the song.
He said beefing, right? Did he use the word battle?
And he said it went too far.
Listen, got it. There is justification on all sides. There is no right or wrong in it.
Yeah,
there's no right or wrong in it. I'm just speaking to the allure that he's always had. Like don't lose it. Yeah, don't lose it trying to keep it.
Ooh,
I would have just loved to hear just
nah, fuck that.
Him.
Don't listen.
This is on par for what he does.
Tony Busby, Tory Lanez dad, Nicki, who clearly.
What do you mean the allure? Jay-Z dissed you of all people. Let's keep it clear. I was a Joe Budden fan when he was outside, when he was rapping, especially when Joe first came out. Before Mood. I can't even get the shit out. Before Mood Music, I used to bump self-titled Joe Budden with the unnamed fitted hat on that fucking album cover. I used to come and take a walk with me. I need all of y'all to come and take a walk with me. Niggas joked about Pump It Up for the last 20 some odd years. Pump It Up is a fucking classic. You know what I'm saying? I was a Joe fan. And of all people that he could have ever dissed, he dissed you. You know what I'm saying? So let's not act like Jay is below seeing what the fuck is going on in the world. Because not only did he diss you on Pump It Up, he dissed your ass on the Kingdom Come album again. When you was out here playing with his name on Mood Music 2 or 3. Actually, I think it was 3. You know what I'm saying? You were saying, I'm trying to tell all these old ass niggas to stop rapping. You know what I mean? Nigga, I actually watched the making of Mood Music 3 on YouTube. Okay? You can't pull this shit over people who really been a part of this shit. He dissed you. That nigga talked about goddamn kicking the chair from under you, dig a hole and all that shit. You. And you ain't even have official albums out of that time, bruh. He was dissing you, a mixtape rapper. So who is this Jay-Z that you know that is above this? Blueprint 3, what we talking about? I ain't talking about Dame. I ain't talking about this. I ain't talking about Beans. Huh? Seems like every time that Jay has been faced with niggas playing with his name, he eventually acknowledges it and gets niggas the fuck up out of here. Jay-Z dissed Jim Jones of all people on Ballin'. Jim Jones, people. I'm not saying Jim Jones is a nobody. I'm just saying at that time, Jay-Z, Jim Jones, not even in the same planet. You know what I'm saying? And Jay-Z did interviews and he literally said Jim Jones probably ain't even his family's favorite rapper. You know what I mean? Like, we got to be clear. Niggas do not let this shit slide. And it coming from Joe Budden, somebody who never let shit slide on his name when he was rapping, when he was outside, I find it to be extremely interesting. None of these situations were battles, by the way. He acknowledges you one time, you know what I'm saying? Maybe twice, and gets you the fuck out of here. And I could have swore when he got his Songwriters Hall of Fame, that nigga got on the internet and thanked Joe Budden. He called him Mouse in a tweet. You know what I'm saying? For the inspiration. So give it a fucking rest, man. Anyway, this is weird. And of course, not to be outdone with bullshit, we have Ray Daniels coming out, giving us very similar rhetoric, talking about he doesn't like Jay-Z going at younger artists and younger people, as if being 56 in hip-hop would just relegate him to being around his peers in age.
And to me, it's like, I feel like Nas caught him. The casino play, I feel like people are catching on to Jay right now. I think people are tired of him. I really believe that. Like, and I think that New York wanted to punish him by giving Nas. They wanted him to come there, do your little speech, and they knew they was gonna give it to Nas. Because yes, Drake.
Jay wanted one.
People get mad at me for saying this, and I hope before y'all crucify me, you hear me. I don't think there's a difference between Jay-Z and Donald Trump. Jeez. I've always said that. They're all, no, hear me out.
I'm hearing.
They are about them and their team, and only them and their team. Like, Jay don't give a fuck about nobody that's not with him, right? So to me, it's like, so now this is why I feel like he shouldn't have went on stage and said the line of Drake. Because I feel like there's three giants of hip hop now: Drake, Jay, and Ye. I think those are the three that are at the top of hip hop, the peak of hip hop. So you attack Ye and you go on the Roots picnic, and this is supposed to be your big one, right? The big one. Meanwhile, Ye has 118,000 people in Turkey, the biggest rap concert in history.
Since when was the Roots picnic the big one? I could have swore a nigga got 3 sold out dates at Yankee Stadium back to back to back coming up next month. Since when was the Roots picnic the big one? What do niggas be talking about on this internet, bro? I can't take nothing away from Ray Daniels and his management of Rock City and different artists and them writing songs for niggas in the game and creating a successful business behind the scenes. Me as a songwriter myself, I can never take that away from him and his people. But what in the fuck are you talking about? Jay-Z's like Donald Trump because he don't give a fuck about nobody that's not on with his team. Nigga, neither do I. Nigga, neither do you. I ain't even covered the shit with Flipper T, nigga. But you spent a week out of your life dissing Flipper T, who had nothing to do with you, because you said that some content creator should have publishing ownership of her song for dancing to the shit on TikTok. Name me anybody who has gotten publishing on a song for dancing to the shit on TikTok. Flipper T came out and said, I took this nigga on the road with me and everything. We fell out. Our time is over with. You proceeded to keep saying Flipper T was in the wrong. He should have been with you at every show. This, that, and the third. Dissed her on the podcast. Tried to invite her on the podcast to come talk to you. She said, fuck you, nigga. I ain't coming to sit down with your ass. Took you another week to come out and issue a fucking apology when you shouldn't have been all up in that girl business anyway, because who the fuck are you to her? And we got numerous other situations of the same type of shit. Let's ask Lil Uzi Vert who Jay-Z care about. I don't even fuck with Uzi. But I could have sworn Uzi was not signed to Jay-Z when Roc Nation helped him in his situation. Megan Thee Stallion was not signed to Jay-Z when Roc Nation helped her with her situation. Lauryn Hill has never been signed to Jay-Z, yet he helped her with her situation. Remember, Lauryn Hill was in that same situation like Nas, just like Fat Joe, Tax. He came in and put that blessing in so that she wouldn't have to serve no jail time. Y'all do know that Team Rock is out here in multiple states fighting for equal rights in the court system. But Jay-Z don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's a humanitarian of the year. I'm not saying this nigga's a goddamn, I ain't saying he Jesus. Don't ever get me fucked up on that. I'm just saying, bro, you can't make these types of claims without having shit to back it up. That's all I'm saying.
Nobody's talking about it.
Who's bigger? No, nobody's talking about it because Jay has a way of talking about the country. I mean, has a way of having the culture on lock. But what I'm saying is that if I'm on Jay's team, I might say, hey, don't talk that big talk when your boy who's under you has made more money, more impact, and on the night that you're doing the Roots concert, which we were there for everybody, including you, Ye sells out 118,000 seats.
Congratulations.
In Turkey. I didn't even know they like hip hop in Turkey. And he sold out 118,000 seats. So for me, and then you diss Drake about his paperwork, but you're 17 years older than him. You're supposed to have more. You're supposed to be more. You're supposed to be up. Jay has made his career picking on people.
Jay has owned his music since the first song he released professionally, solo as Jay-Z. Of course, he didn't own Hawaiian Sophie and the shit that Jaz-O was putting out in the late 80s. But every song from I Can't Get With That on up has been owned by Jay-Z. Be it he may have had other partners, Dame and Biggs. Eventually, they had partners with Def Jam. But even as he was partnering with Def Jam, he had ownership of his music. He owns all of his masters today. So the fact that he has 17 years on him versus Drake means nothing because he came into the industry already having his business in order. Drake is just now trying to catch up, and he's been in the music business for damn near 17 years his goddamn self. I don't understand why niggas is out here infantilizing niggas, but the shit is weird.
People younger than him. Picking on people beneath him. And to me, it was like, I just didn't like the freestyle. I just was like.
And since when is Drake supposed to be seen as some beneath me? I thought Drake was supposed to be the biggest. I thought he was supposed to be the fucking standard. I thought he was the goddamn best thing since sliced bread. Y'all make him out to be untouchable. Michael Jackson glove on the cover. But now Jay-Z can pick on Drake? What are we doing, people?
Because I said it on this show. We know what Jay's going to do. He's going to do a freestyle. He's going to address everything, and he's going to let us talk about it. I'm tired of that. You ain't bigger than the culture. Y'all not tired of Jay-Z dropping a song and then us talking about it, and then he go over there and get money from all the big corporations? Because look at, they all talking about me. You know, it's just, to me, it's just like when you see the plays that he makes. And by the way, nigga, that's one of my idols, if not my top idol. But
what?
As a man, I would be fake if I'm at the age I'm in now and I worship him the same way I did when I was 22. I've seen the knot. I've made my own millions. I've made my own mistakes. I've made big. And what I will tell you is that he has always had the advantage. So to me, I feel like this is a scary time for him because I don't know if he should drop the album. And let me give you another play. Let me give y'all another play. I'm going to tell y'all what's going to happen. Jay is not dropping that album without a partnership. You think Jay is going to give himself a chance to do 100,000 copies first week?
Did he have a partnership with 444?
He didn't need to.
Nope.
444 was enough. It was about Beyonce. It was the response to Lemonade. What? Everybody wanted to hear how he was going to respond to that.
That's
you don't think true. That you think he needs a sponsorship?
I think. Okay, here's why. If he stayed and only focused on bars, he doesn't. But he's not focusing on bars. He's focusing on bills. So that means when you drop, you got to be bigger than the boy. How you gonna diss me and you gonna sell 180,000, 300,000 and the boy sold 600 or some change?
Bundles. He gonna do bundles.
That's my point.
You think Jay gonna do bundles?
He has to cheat. He has to cheat, bro.
Wow.
I'm telling you, like, you got to understand something. Jay doesn't get this far without being conscious. Jay is conscious as fuck. He knows everything going on around him. Jay is thinking to himself, damn, Jay did 120,000? Fuck, that's big. Hip hop, like, he ain't did that. So you got to understand something. Jay is attacking, but I'm like, if I'm on Jay's team, I'm like, nigga, you better go sit down with Ye. You don't. That's why I think he was so bothered. This is the most alone he's been.
I don't know if he was.
This nigga's crazy. This nigga is insane, bro. You're saying a 56-year-old man is afraid to sit alone and not have Kanye, who he ain't been cool with for over a decade. They tried to mend fences. It didn't work. By his side. Kanye, I emailed you a motherfucking verse for Donda West. But he just said, you're no maniac, watch how saniac in my presence niggas shrink. That nigga's not worried about being cool no more. What is going on? I'm not gonna justify this with any further airtime. I was gonna hit play and let Mickey Fax say something, but I don't even want to hear what Mickey Fax got to say, and that's no diss to you, Mickey. But this whole video needs to be collapsed. Niggas got me very disappointed, man. This is what hip-hop media is out here doing, supposedly hip-hop media. Niggas are turning their back on all of the elements of hip-hop. People who claim they love this shit, get money in this shit, make great livings off of this shit. And this is what they're out here talking about. A man is not supposed to defend himself, his family, or those he loved, or the business he put blood, sweat, and tears to build. But everyone else that has been attacking it gets a pass. Nah, nigga, we're not doing that. I was going to pull up the clip of Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder basically, waxing poetic about the shit too. But at this point, I'm completely over it. I am completely over niggas playing dumb. That's something I will not tolerate. Niggas playing dumb is not what we doing. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, Become an Insider. I will see y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there, man. All the support that we've gotten for Family Over Fame, I greatly appreciate it. For those of y'all that have placed your orders for the CD, for the digital, for the vinyl, I see y'all. I greatly appreciate y'all. Much love to you and your families, your loved ones. Y'all know y'all don't have to spend any of your hard-earned money over here with J Nolan. But the fact that you did, man, it means the world to me, especially on a project that I have no label partners. I have no sponsorships. I have no nothing. I'm putting it out. I'm figuring it out in real time. I told y'all I got a fucking text from Gio yesterday. He like, hey man, Elastic Stage, I got a better upgrade for you. You know what I'm saying? We being nimble, we being fluid with this shit, man, figuring it out, trying to find ways to better serve y'all, get the stuff to y'all quicker. The whole shit, you know what I mean? So I humbly thank y'all. For real. This shit is not something that goes unseen. I thank everybody who contributed to the project, everybody whose vocals showed up on there, production showed up on there, everything. I'm glad y'all liked it. Be sure to let me know y'all favorite songs too in the comments. All right? I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks I built. I